Our key that will have 6 flats would be enharmonic with F sharp. It's G flat. And so now we'll write B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. Finally, we'll have a key that has 7 flats enharmonic with B. So right here, our final key will be C flat. It's going to have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and C, D, E, F, F flat. So you can notice a few things about the order of sharps and the order of flats. One thing you might notice is that the order of sharps and flats is actually the same thing in reverse. So you could potentially just memorize one of these two. Some people find it easy to remember B, E, A, D, G, C, F. They think it's like B, the greatest common factor. Some people find funny clowns get drunk at every bar easy to remember. But you could just remember one or the other and remember that they're backward from each other. So it's not really so much memorizing. Now when we're building our key signatures, remember that we always went forward 1 flat from the key that we were building and added that flat to the key signature. So if you just wanted to identify a flat key signature, all you would have to do is look at the second to last flat in the key signature. For example, here, my second to last flat is an E flat, and this is the key of E flat major. Remember, we read left to right. So when I say second to last, I mean from the right, not the highest to lowest or anything like that. Here, we were in the key of A flat, and A flat was our second to last flat. So if you want to identify flat key signatures, all you really have to do is look at the second to last flat. Now if you want to build them, and you know the order of flats, B, A, D, G, C, F, or B, G, C, F, then all you have to do is remember that whatever your flat is, whatever your key is, you're just going to go 1 flat past that in the order. So if I asked you for the key signature for E flat, you would know this is my order: B flat, E flat, and then I'm going to add 1 more, A flat. I go 1 past my key. Or if I asked you for the key signature for G flat, you could just think B, E, A, D, G, C. 1 past the key. So that's one way to build the key signature and also to identify it. You just look at the second to last flat. Let's practice identifying a few key signatures. What key would that be? Remember, when you were learning sharp keys, I said you look at the last sharp and go up a half step. So what key would that be? A major, right? This is a G sharp. Up a half step from G sharp would be A. What key would that be? This key would be a B. It's the key of B, right? Because this is an A sharp. Up a half step from A sharp is B. Now this right here is a tricky one. Can you tell me what key that is? This is the key of F sharp. So there are 2 ways to realize this. One is, hopefully by now you realize that E sharp, if you go up a half step from E sharp, you would be on F sharp, because E sharp is already on the key that we would normally call F. But if you don't remember that, another thing to do is, once you've got the letter, look at the key signature and see if there's a sharp on that note. So in this case, we said it's the key of F sharp. Well, if you look, there is a sharp on the F in this key signature, so it has to be F sharp and not F natural, because we wouldn't have an F natural in the key if there's also an F sharp. What key is that? D. That's the key of D, because up a half step from C sharp gives us D. Let's practice some flat keys. Now, do you remember how to identify a flat key signature? You go to the second to last flat. So what key would this be? E flat, because this is the last flat. So this is the second to last flat. And that flat is on an E, so it's E flat. And what key signature would that be? Hopefully you said A flat. Now here's a tricky one. What key signature is that? Okay, well this might cause you a little trouble because if there's only one flat, there is no second to last flat. So in this case, I would advise you to just memorize that F major is the key with one flat. You might remember F is the first letter in the word flat, and F is the key with only one flat. You just need to memorize this one. Now I'm also going to try a few where we build key signatures. If you don't plan on learning to build key signatures, you might consider skipping ahead. Right now, let's build a key signature for D major. Well, first of all, you need to know, does D have sharps in it or flats in it? With the exception of F major, all of the flat keys have the word flat in their name. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, etc. So D major is a sharp key, because I didn't say D flat, D major. So first of all, I'm going to figure out what's going to be the last sharp in my key signature. Because remember, to identify the key signature, we look at the last sharp and go up a half step. So to build the key signature, we might want to start by knowing what the last sharp will be. D is the key, so I go down a half step to figure out what the last sharp will be. And the last sharp is going to be C sharp, because if I were going up to identify the key, I would have a C sharp at the end, and I would go up a half step to get D major. Now I'm saying D is my key. I go down a half step and get C sharp. That's going to be the last sharp in my key signature. Now I happen to have memorized the order of sharps, and I remember it goes funny, clowns. Oh, there's my C. F sharp, C sharp, and I'm done. That makes my key signature for D major. Let's try another one. What if I wanted the key signature for E major? Well, again, I didn't say E flat, so we know it's going to be a key with sharps in it. So I'm going to think of E and go down a half step to get D sharp. And I know D sharp is going to be my last sharp. And just in case I'm a forgetful person, I'll even write myself a little note to remind myself to stop at D sharp. Now I'll think, funny clowns get drunk. Okay, so it's going to be funny clowns get, there we go, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and that gives me my key signature for E major.